to another episode of The Soup Bowl. I am your host, Renee Murdoch, and I am so happy that you are here on today, that you are liking, that you are sharing, that you are going on this journey with me today. I am super excited about it. How about you? How about you? Are you excited about it too? I'm excited, even in this day. I'm just like, oh, that's my excitement for today. I'm just like, yay, just basking, just resting, just musing over things. So I think after this, I might even just, lay down and take a nap. I say that, but it's probably not going to happen. So, I have more chores to do. But no, so thank you so much for joining us on today. Hey, if this is something that you are truly enjoying, I just encourage you to share with someone else. If you have questions, you want to chat it up, you got concerns, or you want topics that you want to discuss and talk about, hey, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm here for it. Do know that we are not meant to do life alone. And so you should not be out there on the island saying, whoa, it's me, I'm by myself. No, you're not. So a lot's been going on. We just wrapped up, right, facing our fears. So I hope you really enjoyed that and kind of go back and listen to it. And you're just really ready to face those fears and face them daily. Okay? Today, it's been a minute because I should have done this a while ago. And so, but we're here now, we're doing it, and it's so great about it, right? So I was trying to figure out, it's like, oh, can I need to talk about it now, whatever, whoop. So I know I mentioned to you all that I had another book coming out. And yes, it did come out. You can purchase it on Amazon, and you also can go to my website. Now, this is the book, so if you can see it, this is the proof copy that's right here. I didn't want to get no actual copy because I have like little notes in here, and yes, you can tell little sticky notes. So this new book that I wrote is Face It, You're the Problem and the Answer. You can't heal what you won't face. If we're unwilling to face ourselves, if we're unwilling to face the situation, right, just like we were talking and facing our fears, you're not going to heal. You're not going to heal. You're not going to get through this thing. This thing will continue to be a thorn in your side if you are unwilling to do the work. And so I want you to do this work because I believe that when we face ourselves, right, we can start the process of healing. The problem is not anyone else. The problem is not anyone else. Let me say it one more time. The problem is not anyone else. It's you. The problem is you. And at the same time, guess where the answer lies? You. That's right. You're the answer just as well. So if I got a problem, how am I going to fix that problem? I'm going to address me. I'm going to address me and my problem. We take too much time, too much energy blaming other people in regards to our situations and our circumstance. No, stop blaming other people. Take accountability for yourself. That's what I'm always telling my young person. Wear the sticky note and wear it proudly because that is something that you did. You made a decision and this is the outcome of it. Don't be trying to point the finger at nobody else. No, stop. Stop doing that. Take ownership. Take ownership of the decisions that you have made. If you sat and did nothing, guess what? You made a decision. Take ownership of it. If you feel like you missed out because you sat and did nothing, take ownership of that. If you missed something, take ownership of that. What were you doing? Right? So I can't get mad if I go out there and get a speeding ticket, but I was speeding. No, take ownership of it. Okay, I was speeding. I can't get upset if I flunked a test and I didn't study. Take ownership of it. I can't get upset. Excuse me. I can't get upset if I decide to have unprotected sex and I get pregnant. Take ownership of it. Take ownership of it. If I'm having an altercation with someone, take ownership of it. What did you do? What was your part? Because you can't argue with yourself, right? You can't have an altercation with yourself. I mean, you actually kind of could, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But anyway, so like I said, I think this is a really good, let's talk about this, right? Why did I write this? Well, to be honest with you, I didn't purposely write it. It was like, oh, I'm going to write this book and I'm going to write it in a bunch of musings or whatever the case may be. No, I think it just happened over time. Like literally, I was just writing down my thoughts on that particular day, in particular moments, right? And I was just, thinking over things, whatever. And then, okay, this is a problem. Okay, this is the solution. This is the problem, and this is the solution. Now, of course, it didn't automatically just happen like that in every single situation, but that's literally what this is about, right? Walking this thing out daily when it comes to stuff and facing myself and facing my problems and looking to myself, right, for the solution, where the solution lies. I can't control other people. I can't control the weather. I can't control the seasons. I can't control other people. But one thing that I can do is I can control me. Me, me, me. I can't control anyone else. I can control me. And so you can't be out here in these streets trying to control everything. You are going to be wearing yourself out, I tell you. Don't be out here trying to control everything. It's not happening. So that's the beginning part of this. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I think I wrote something, right? Something that I think is beneficial to a lot of people. Now, when you get this book, you're going to be saying like, there's nothing in here. It's just like, what is this? It's like, see? No, it is. And the person that was helping me edit, she asked me, she said, why is there something that's more in depth than other things? And I said, because I want people thinking. I want people thinking. I want them to read, think, write, act, and repeat. Read, think, act, and repeat. Because a lot of times we're getting these books, these self-help books, we're getting lots of information, but we're not putting any application to it. We need to get activated, people. We need to go out there and do the work. And I think I said this before, stop being lazy. If you're unwilling to think and act, then you're unwilling to do work. It's just not about reading and getting a bunch of information. But what am I going to do with that information? How am I going to apply this information to my life? Well, I got to go out there and get it. I got to go out there and do it. It's not just going to happen. So here it is, this book right here. I'm going to read the back of it. It says, you've been waiting for someone to fix it. It's your life. It's your pain. It's your mess. But what if the person that you've been waiting for is actually yourself? You've been waiting for yourself to get rid of the pain, to get rid of the hurt, to get rid of the things that need to be fixed in your life. You've been waiting on yourself, a decision that you need to make for yourself. That's what this is really about. You got to make a decision for yourself. So we got to stop sugarcoating this thing and just put it plain and simple. Life is hard. People disappoint. People disappoint. That's what they do. You can't say that you never disappoint. And that voice, right, is in your head. And sometimes it is your own worst enemy. You believe the lies, right? You played it small. You dimmed your light. and convince yourself that you're not enough. You convince yourself that you're not enough. But here's the truth. You are not broken. You are not broken. Really? You're a masterpiece in progress. See, that's why the name of the coaching and consulting business is For Mosaic. Brokenness is beauty. Brokenness is beauty. You're a masterpiece. And when you think of mosaic art, it takes time, right, to put this thing together. It takes time to put the illustration together. And so it gotta take a progress. It's gonna take a progress. So a mosaic made of moments. You are a mosaic made of moments. You are a mosaic that is made in miracles and also mistakes. The brokenness, mistakes, miracles that are happening, and the beauty of it is the moment, right, that this took place. That is the miracle part of it. You did not die. You are still yet here. Right? So in this book, right, it is a soul awakening for you. It is a soul awakening for you. See, I had to get real with myself, and as I was getting real with myself, I'm getting real with you. You know, some people that know me, right, no chaser. We take it straight to the head. We take it straight to the head. To the point where, of course, people they don't like it. Some people don't like it. And so they don't like me. And I was always, kind of finding myself in a situation when it came to what I said. So I'm not talking from a place of I haven't been there and I don't understand. I have wounds right from my childhood, open wounds that I was just living and going through day after day and expecting other people to heal my wounds, other people to patch me up, other people to be the nurse, other people to be the surgeon, to be the doctor. But this is time. It was time for me to wake up. It's time for you to wake up. Who's going to heal your wounds? How are you going to do this? You have to face the truth, your truth. Whatever your truth may be. I had to face my truth. You're going to have to face yours too. And that's the only thing that's going to set you free. Your truth is going to set you free. Your truth is going to get you to your work. Your truth is going to start to shape things in your life so you can start to begin to progress and not degress based off of circumstances and situations. So through affirmations, right, and tough lessons, this is where the grace begins to happen, that I begin to give my own self. Because at first there wasn't no grace. I was not giving myself grace at all. It was just like so harmful. Oh, you missed it. You messed up this, and that, or whatever. It just wasn't happening. But through that, through me providing grace, through me facing myself, there starts the healing process. There starts the healing process. So the pity parties, right, that we're having, inviting all of these guests continuously, having one weekly. I mean, you're spending a lot of money having all these parties. Come on now. Stop. Just stop. Just stop. Stop with the parties. Hey there. Okay. It's a call for you to rise. It's a call for you to rise. So in this book, you're going to discover, right, how to confront your lies, how to lead yourself, right, not with your ego, but through courage. You're going to be able to look at how do I build real connections out here and stop building fake relationships and take off the mask. You're going to be able to find joy in the chaos, because the chaos is not going anywhere. The chaos is in our world daily. But you're going to be able to find, right, the joy and the peace in the chaos as you're going through the process. And not only that, you're going to be able to own your story. Your story and not anyone else. See, the issue is that we be trying to be out here in these streets and we be trying to be other people other than just being ourselves. You are divine and uniquely made. There is nobody else that's like you. No one else has your DNA. No one else has your fingerprints but you. You got your own story. Own your own story. Own your own power and your place at the table. Stop saying you don't belong there because you do. There is a seat for you. So stop saying you don't belong there. Stop trying to sit back in the room. Stop trying to shrink back. But you must own your own story. And stop trying to pick up somebody else's in the middle of their story. No, you got to go through this thing. And I guarantee you that you're going to come out as a beautiful mosaic piece of art. Because you're a masterpiece. You're a masterpiece. All right, so this is, that's pretty much what's going on here. Look, it's hot. It's hot. It's hot. You should get this. You should get this. And so it's about 8 chapters in here. And, it's a little spicy. I like a little sarcasm, right? So even my thing says sarcastic, but I like a little spice, right, when it comes to stuff. So I got a chapter that's called On Your Growth. Success doesn't flinch. Lead or be led. Real ones only. Come on, real ones. Who's the real ones out here? Come on, raise your hand if you're a real one. Faith over everything. Joy is a power move. Come on. And know your worth and act like it. You got to know your worth and you need to act like it. If you know it, then you're not going to let anybody allow them to shrink you. If you know your worth and decide like it matters. Make a decision like it matters. Stop being lackadaisical when it comes to things. No, you need to, man up, woman up, right, and do what you got to do. All right, so let's look at a couple of things. I think this is in the first chapter. Yeah, the first chapter of Owning Your Growth. I'm going to read this to you, right? And then I'm going to give a little explanation of, what came out of this after I was musing on it. Because every time I read something, it's something new, right? So I'm going to read this. It says, timing is everything. Don't rush the process. Timing is everything. Don't rush the process. Timing is everything. Don't rush the process. The reason why I keep repeating things, because sometimes we don't hear the whole thing at first, and sometimes we just need to get that thing in our spirit so we can rehearse it all over and over and over and over and over again to really get it. Because you're like, oh, timing is everything. Okay, I'm not going to rush it. I'm not going to rush the process. But what is that process? What is this timing that we're speaking of? Right, of the timing in which we are in, the season in which we are in, the thing that we're hoping for because we have anxiety about the things that happen or will happen or might happen. Timing is everything. Don't try to rush it. Don't try to come up, with and manipulate the system to get something happening, to get something going. It says, in a world where there is instant gratification everywhere, we want it quick, we want it fast, we often rush through life, only to find ourselves back at square one. See, we try to make this thing up, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm back here again. I went the wrong, all I did was I just went around. Have you, okay, so Waze be tripping sometimes. Waze be tripping. I prefer Waze, right, over Greg. So Greg I'm talking about is Google Maps. And Waze is Waves. Sometimes they be tripping. And what I mean by that is when you put the directions in there and they take you on this route and you're like, hold up a second. I could have just went right here. I could have literally just cut through there and like, but you made me go all the way around and I just came back. Like I remember one time, like I literally went around the block and came back to the starting place to go the opposite direction. So that's what it is, right? We find ourselves back at square one. True growth and success doesn't happen overnight. You know that movie with, I'm trying to think of the movie with, the name of the movie with Eddie Murphy and then the two millionaire guys. Maybe they were billionaire. Anyway, and they were brothers. And literally, he went to sleep. Well, I'm just saying, like, you know, he woke up, whatever, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's rich. He has all this money, whatever, based on a bet. Based on a bet that they made with one another. That's crazy. That's not happening to you. Okay? It's not happening to me. So, if we can be patient with ourselves, we won't waste time. We'll maximize it. Remember, masterpieces are not created in a day. Remember, you are a mosaic piece of art. It takes time. I want you to watch a video of how long it actually takes to make a piece of mosaic art. Because you're going to be like, oh my God. Like, you're going to be sitting there and you're probably going to get tired of watching it because it takes time. Sometimes it takes years for it to be finished. Seriously. But it takes hours, days, months, years to get something done. If you look at some of the old ancient buildings or whatnot, and they have mosaic designs, can you imagine how long it took to do like a floor piece or a mural that's on a wall or in the ceiling? But we want instant gratification. We want things to happen right now. And they're not going to happen right now. It's going to take time. We must be patient even with our own selves. You're not going to read something and then all of a sudden you're going to be a genius the next day. It's not, okay? It takes time to build something that lasts. You want it to last. You don't want it to just give away and collapse. You want it to last. There's the story, it's not a nursery rhyme, right? But there's the story of the big bad wolf, right? The three little pigs. Oh my gosh, I couldn't think of it. Oh my gosh. But the three little pigs, right? And the big bad wolf. And all of them built their homes with different materials. Right? And so the other two brothers or whatever, cousins or whatever they were, right? They didn't build with the right material. One was wood, one was straw. And then when the big bad wolf came and he huffed and he puffed, right? And he actually blew their house down. So where did they have to go? They had to go to their brother, whatever, their cousin. It never says actually if they're brothers or not. We just assume that they are. See that assumption that's there? Or they could just be friends. Either way, they had to go to the other house. And that house was made of brick. And that house actually took longer to make. If you look at the personalities of the other two pigs, one was just kind of like, yo, I'm just trying to get back out here and do what I'm doing. I ain't really got time to be building no house. So I'm just going to use this right here because it's quicker and I can get done. Not realizing that the weather will change. And that's what we must recognize in our own lives. The seasons will change. And we must be able to change with the seasons. Meaning that we must be able to withstand that season that we're going to come into. If you think about the seasons of this world and the climate that happens in those seasons, then our body responds differently. Our water intake needs to be different. Like, right, it's starting to get cold and things like that. I'm drinking the same amount of water that I was before. However, it feels like I'm more dehydrated now, right? Like, I quickly become dehydrated. So I'm like, okay, I got to uptake the intake of my water. So that's what's happening in the storms of life. That you want to build something that lasts. So when it comes, right? It just doesn't collapse. You don't collapse. Your family doesn't collapse, right? What you're building, you don't have to start over again from ground zero. So take a step back and trust the process. Get your materials together. Gather them together. Make sure you got the right people to do the right things when you're building. You don't want to put up the walls before you run the lines for electricity or the pipes for the water system. Don't rush the journey. This life is a journey. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And sometimes we be trying to sprint and we don't even make it to the finish line because we so much out of breath because we just trying to make this sprint. Knowing you're not a sprinter. You're not a sprinter. So why are you trying to sprint? This ain't the 100-yard dash. We're on a marathon, people. So that means that you got to take time and, again, prepare yourself to run this race. And as you're running it, you want to keep it steady. You want to keep a steady pace so you can breathe through this thing, so you can live through this thing until your time is finished. So don't settle for a quick win. Don't settle for the quick wins. See, that's the thing about people that, that's out there. I'm not talking about y'all, but I'm talking about y'all, right? So the people out there that want to play the numbers, the people out there that want to play blackjacks and play the machines and play poker and things, you're looking for the quick win, right? They're looking for this quick win. Okay, if I see her, whatever, I'm going to make, right, 3,000 times more than I would have working this job, doing this many hours for this many years, right? They're looking for the quick win. Ha ha ha. And how many times does the quick win come? Actually, you're spending more money trying to get the quick win at the end of the day. If you want to add it up over the lifetime that you've been doing it for the quick win, and people think like, oh no, I'm just gonna do $20 or $25 and then I'm gonna stop or whatever. But if you're doing it $20, $25 every single day, right, then that adds up. And you're actually spending more. Other than just trusting the process and not settling. Aim to create something that stands the test of time. You want to create something that stands the test of time. You want to make sure that what you're building is going to last. That it is not going to crumble. That it's going to last for what? For generations to come. That's where true legacy is. The legacy should not end with you, but it shall go on from generations to generation. Your legacy also should be able to expand out of your community, expand outside of your immediate family. That's true legacy. True legacy. Think about Martin Luther King, right? Think about Nelson Mandela. Think about Mother Teresa. Legacy. Expanding outside of their immediate family. Touching generations to generations to generations to generations. That's true legacy. They built something that lasts. It wasn't just for that time. It wasn't just for then. But last. Storms came, situations came, political people switched over. Come on, that's good. A leadership switched over, but yet it still stands. Their legacy still stands. Their name still stands. That's something to give actually homage to. Like, if you're gonna do this thing, right, you want to make sure it's gonna last. Timing is everything. Don't try to rush it. I can only imagine, how Mother Teresa was feeling, and when she had this pull, this weight when it came to children. that were malnourished, that weren't being fed, that didn't have a place to lay their head. Like, she wasn't like, oh my gosh, I gotta go out here. No, she just started with what she had. And she started to build from there. And people started to say, how can I help? And that's what we must do. We must do what we can and what we have now. And use wisdom doing it. So I encourage you on today to go out there and get this. Go out there and get this. I thought I was going to be able to get through some more. That was only one. So you see what I'm talking about? If you muse over some things, right, begin to talk some things out, then you can get there. Oh, and I just want to say too, so after each chapter, right, there's more homework. I love homework. I love it. If it's purposeful. So let me take that back. All right, because I don't want people like, I thought you said you didn't like homework. Okay, because there's something else. Anyway, there is homework after each chapter, and I'm asking you, how do you feel, right? What is something that you can continue doing? What is something that you can leave behind concerning this particular topic? And then what are your big takeaways, right? That's homework. You something that you can come back to, something that you can reference. And don't try to rush to this either. Take your time. Trust the process. All right, everyone, that is the time for today. I thank you so much for joining us on today. I thank you so much for just, going on this journey again with me. Do know that when you get in the Super Bowl, life gets messy and leading is teachable. Peace.